So we are back in the Peugeot today, or I'm back in the Peugeot today, off to meet another one of my podcast guests over at, we're going to the Rock Park today, actually. We're meeting Dan Jones, who is a newcomer to Landod, and he's planning a concert, like a recital type thing, I think. About to find out. Violin concert. In the Rock Park, so yeah, just going to go down there, see, meet him for the first time, say hello, see how he's getting on, listen to a couple of tunes and see what happens, really. So we'll see you over there. We just arrived and Dan's first comment is he approves of the car, so that's a win. Already ticking a box there, I suppose. So yeah, no, just arrived at the Rock Park. And I can hear Dan warming up as we speak. Some good acoustics underneath the canopy. So let's go and have a chat with him. See how he is. So here is Dan. We've met him. So you were just saying about why you chose the. I always want to call this a pavilion, but it's not. It's the Rock Park.
It's called the Canopy.
Yeah.
Yes, and actually, funny enough, because I spoke to the guy who's conducting last night, because I've linked him up with the flautist who's playing. And she phoned me up last night. She said, "Did you mean we're playing under a bandstand in the open air?" I was like, "No, it's a canopy." And it's really hard to describe this place because, like, when you sort of say you're doing like an outdoor gig,
yeah,
classical musicians generally have a bit of a sort of like come out in a sweat because it does nothing with your sound. That sounds really pretentious, but you just don't.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's just really cool and looks a bit rough.
Yeah.
I've got somebody actually coming along to kind of help me actually kind of decorate it a bit for the actual night.
Yeah.
And she's having kittens about the wall. You
Right.
see, I actually really like the wall as well. It's just a bit
It kind of sums up Landod, doesn't it? You've got the nice Victorian ironwork and sort of intricacies of the design there, and then the rough and ready rendering.
But it kind of, and God, this sounds like really pretentious, but I played with the chamber orchestra about 20 years ago. We went over to Prague for a tour, and we were playing, and it was just like when kind of Prague was sort of, my history of Eastern Europe is rubbish, but basically everyone was like free to do what they wanted to do kind of thing. And I remember we actually did this really classy gig, and the backdrop was this kind of apartment block with bullet holes in it. And I'm not suggesting these are bullet holes.
You never know.
Well, I don't know.
Bronx of Landod, yeah.
But yes.
Cool.
And also, fun fact, my parents got married they got married in Aberystwyth, but they had their reception in the Rock Park Hotel in '68.
Which is now, it's not in a pile of rubble.
It's flat, it's over there somewhere, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah, the hotel was over there.
Right, okay.
They pulled it down.
Oh, yeah, so it is a pile of rubble, yeah.
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 And the wedding photos were taken over there somewhere, apparently.
Yeah.
That's a really boring fact, but yeah, there you go.
I'm sure they're very nice, very pretty. So do you want to give us a bit of a blast, bit of a
I can. How much do you want to? Yeah. Do you know what? I've actually been doing while you've been here so on the actual night we're going to be this end. We've got like 2 blocks, hopefully touch wood there of 75. We're hoping to get 150 people here. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Bar is in there, most important part. So I reckon orchestra's going to be here. So I've just been piddling around with the acoustic.
I was wondering about that. So I mean, I went from. Is he on his own to, is he got a backing track? But no, you've actually got a full...
Yeah, no, I've cashed in a few favours.
Cool.
and promised people beer.
Right.
So I've got, long story short, so I've been freelancing down here for donkey's years in Wales. So I've literally got about 2/3 are coming from my old playing pool round here, sort of Aberystwyth, Lampeter, Swansea. And then I've got, I don't know why I'm pointing like a weatherman because you can't even see it. And then I've got a few of my friends coming up from London as well.
Cool.
So yeah, there's 15 of us. So it's going to be a small chamber orchestra.
Okay. I think that'll be, it sounds very exciting.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah.
And actually the other thing I really like about this as well is that, we're going to have people in here, but the sound's just going to carry.
Yeah, I mean, I did wonder how many people are going to pay for a ticket and how many people are going to be just stood over in the car park.
I've actually assigned some how do I put it, stealth volunteers from the Red Cross shop with buckets.
Oh, I thought you were going to see some hard muscle.
No, we're going to have like a sort of ring of steel.
Yeah. Good.
But no,
that's a good shout, actually. Yeah, buckets and...
Well, and also, because we're going to be rehearsing in the afternoon, on the Saturday afternoon for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So essentially, people walking their dogs and having one to run and get a free gig as well. So I've literally got my best friend, Pat, in the Red Cross shop. She's there ready with a bucket to basically accost anybody who's wandering around who's hearing free music.
Right there.
That's the encore, by the way, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's
Good taster of what people can expect to do.
yes. Faster bits. That's the slow one that I can remember. The one that's probably going to kind of cause me to explode on the spot. There's a really cool violin concerto for 2 violins by Bach in D minor.
Right.
Which so my friend who's coming out from London. We've been sort of like playing partners for like donkey's years, and so we're kind of like it's like I'll come back, pull it out the bag, kind of effort 20. In fact, no, I did that with her in Prague about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So there's a possibility I might just kind of combust and turn into like a heap of ashes on the floor by the end of that one.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, my fingers need warming up a bit.
Well, we have the fire extinguishers that are ready.
Yes. Yeah, the vacuum cleaner.
No, that sounded really good.
So yeah, but no, honestly, I was talking to the conductor last night, and I was thinking, oh God, I haven't actually brought my fiddle down here yet to see what it's like, but it's a really good acoustic.
Good acoustics. I mean, as I was saying earlier, they used to have a fringe festival in here, Radnor Fringe Festival, and
Really?
Yeah, like they'd have like a big stage here. They have a smaller stage. Where are we? That way. Like a little marquee tent thing.
Yeah.
And sort of fairly obscure musicians over there, but sometimes a little bit more entertaining. But then they'd have the bigger sort of stage here, and they'd have sort of just a weekend of music, sort of headline acts and all.
Well, when I was wandering around here like months ago, because I saw this, and it just looks really tired and not really particularly. I don't mean love, because the guys in there are doing a brilliant job, but there's just needed a bit of oomph to it. And even when I thought about doing the gig, I was thinking, how many people can we actually get in? And literally, there was 2 of us sort of doing it, right, one chair there. And like I said, I reckon we can get quite a lot of people under here.
Yeah.
And actually, part of the logic with it as well, sort of sounds a bit corny, but as well as doing something for the Red Cross and the food bank, having sort of made friends with the guys in there, it's like it would just be really nice just to put this on the map a little bit, which I hope this is going to do.
Well, back on the map. As I say,
back on the map,
that
yeah,
festival, that Fringe Festival, got bands from all over the UK coming in.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. Like local acts as well as sort of national or whatever. And I think there'd still be an appetite for something like that. People are crying out for anything to happen in the town, really. And yeah, I think little by little we'll get there. Certainly things like what you're.
I really hope so. Because they're awesome in there. They're just doing some brilliant stuff, and it's just like, well, if we can do something just to get the traffic in,
yeah,
that would just be really nice.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm
Cool.
looking forward to it.
Grand job.
I've just got to kind of practice now.
Yeah.
A lot.
Not too much. That sounded fine.
Oh.
Wing it, mate. It'll be all right on the night.
Yeah, but I can't really kind of bang that out for like an hour and a half, so I've got to think of something else to. Sort of strangers in your shed trying to kind of make.
It is. Well, it's not. I wouldn't say weird. It's just.
You need something to work with, don't you? It's kind of.
Yeah. I mean, certainly there was an element of. I don't want to say trepidation, but opening your doors to people you don't know, essentially,
Yeah.
on a regular basis. It's not something we'll do. But you know, as I was saying to who was it? Joe, I think.
Yeah.
It's something we need to do more often. Hospitality to people. You know, as I say, we are concerned about just letting people into your home or whatever, and being open with people, and providing and that sort of stuff.
And it's funny actually because with COVID, I mean, like with my day job doing COVID, you know, like we've got all these, and I do sound like sort of I've turned into morphed into an old man now, but you know, we've got all this stuff to kind of, you know, keep everybody connected and stuff, but it's actually making people more disconnected. And one of the things I've sort of noticed post that period, even though it's still there, but is it's just getting that connection with human beings kind of going again, you know. And actually the only way we can really do that is get in a room.
Yeah.
Or literally, if you're looking at something on a screen, feel like they're actually, you know, you're included in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, vote for me.
Yeah, definitely over that COVID period, I was doing my nut because suddenly everything was over Zoom or Teams or whatever like that. And if you're spending your working day in front of an office, like in front of a laptop, and then you got to spend your evening in front of a laptop.
And then you've got your social stuff, your TV. Mind you, there was a guy at the beginning of COVID, it was hilarious, he was a genius, he was a goat farmer. And he was actually selling, you could buy for £6. For £6, he would actually kind of make a goat appear in your Teams meeting. Did you hear about him?
I did.
It was
That's
really
ringing
funny.
bells, actually.
No,
yeah.
and I was actually on a meeting where this goat just randomly appeared in the top right corner, and it was just hilarious because everyone was trying to be really... Because you had, at that time, you know, everyone suddenly kind of has to be like an expert at doing live television.
Yeah, yeah.
And none of us are any good at that.
No.
So, yeah,
well, I mean, it still astonishes me how many people still haven't quite got the hang of where's the mute button, and I'm on mute or am I not on mute, and how do I enter the call, and why can't I see everyone? It's just like, come on, it's been 4 years, you know.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, do you know what? And actually, with this gig, because one of the things I've actually tried to do with it is go proper old school again with it. I mean, I'm obviously kind of plastering things all over Facebook and stuff, but you know, even down to the box office is actually in the Red Cross shop and it's cash, so people have got to physically walk in and get it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And actually, again, like the whole thing with this, I'm kind of deliberately, I know I was giving you another sermon the other day, but it's like I'm kind of deliberately keeping my foot right off the kind of over sort of, you know, social media pedal and that sort of stuff. I'm just trying to let the organic stuff do its thing again, like it sort of did old school.
Well,
could be a gamble.
There's a limited reach with digital outreach, isn't there?
Especially here.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm finding with it. I don't want to bring everything back to the podcast, but that is what I'm finding, is that actually a lot of people who would probably listen to it aren't on social media.
Yeah.
And so it's sort of like, well, how do I reach those people? You know, it's something I'm trying to get my head round.
I mean, like the little thing you're doing, because I was thinking about it the other day, because like actually, if you had the whole Fringe thing back here again, you could almost like do it like a live show.
I thought that myself.
Shed at the front, people wandering in and out, and you're just grabbing people and randomly talking to them.
100% I thought of that.
Oh, there we go.
I'd be well up for that. You start something, don't you? As you have with this, you start something and then your mind unravels as to the potential and where it could go.
I mean, because another sort of strand for this, for me, if I'm honest, is from a musical perspective, is to kind of really sort of kickstart this a bit more, because I haven't done as much of it as I should have done the last couple of years. But also, when it comes to music, I mean, I'll bore you tomorrow, but I grew up in a council estate back in England, and it was like, you know, music was a very middle class, people with money kind of thing. And so I've sort of seen it on both sides of the fence, whereas this kind of stuff doesn't attract a certain demographic of people. And one of the things I really want to do, like with this lot that I've got here, it's a bit of a, call it a soft launch if you like, but just getting everyone together, but just to see if there's a real appetite from people who don't normally come to this kind of stuff. I mean, if you looked at the logo I've come up with and stuff, I've tried to make it not too scary and not too pretentious. That, you know, Joe Bloggs walking down the road might think, okay, I'll go and have a sniff and see what that's all about. So it'll be interesting to see what the response is to this gig.
Yeah. Have you sold many tickets yet?
Not loads. I mean, I know from experience of doing things not here, but elsewhere in Wales, there's a lot of people just kind of rock up on the day. I'm trying to kind of see if I can get advanced, just because they've got to work out what they're doing with the bar. But I don't know if you've noticed, because what I've done with the tickets as well is that it's like a suggested donation, but essentially, if you can pay that, brilliant. If you can't, even if it's like a tin of beans and £1, just come.
I mean, how can I put this politely? That thought did occur to me, is like, this isn't London, or this isn't even like Cardiff or Bristol, like it's Landod.
Yeah.
And £15.
Well, yeah, you know, and there's people really struggling at the moment, so I know it's a lot of money. I mean, like today, like with today's post, I tried to break it down and go, you know, it's going to be $7.50 for the food bank, $7.50 for Red Cross, so that's where your money's going.
Right.
But yeah, like I say, essentially it's a case of, you know, if you can afford it, absolutely brilliant. If you're feeling really super generous and you want to chuck in an extra couple of quid just to subsidise those who can't, even more amazing. But if you can't, like I say, chuck in a couple of quid and bring a tin of beans to the food bank, brilliant, just come.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Vote for me.
No, I think it'll be. I think it'll be a good evening actually, especially now that you've mentioned that the booze is going to be open too.
Yeah.
And
it's like they've given me this space for free, as well.
Right. Okay.
The only thing they're doing is so they're going to take all the money for the bar to kind of cover their costs and stuff. But yeah, they've given me this space for free, which again is just amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't think, as I say, like in terms of the sort of buzz I'm starting to get the sense of, I wouldn't get that in a boring old sort of. Sounds awful, but because I always play in churches and they're lovely. But I think for this, it just works at giving people a bit of an experience rather than I'm rambling now, but yes.
No, it's quite all right. Great. Well, thanks for chatting us through what you're going to be doing. Sounds like it's going to be really exciting.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's going to be great, as you say, boost a bit of the profile of this little pocket of Landod, but the town itself as well. Good cause as well, like, you know, for the charity shops and.
Well, and also I get 15 of my mates together and we're going for beer afterwards as well. So everything is Brucey bonus.
Exactly. Great stuff.
Yeah,
cool.
thank you.
Well, looking forward to chatting tomorrow in the shed.
I apologise now in advance.
Okay. Well, we'll have the sherry at the ready.
Absolutely. All right.
Grand job.
Hurrah.